Oh, what's happening, people? What's happening? I'm probably the only brother around that still say what's happening. I don't care about that. I'm just, I'm an overhead. I can't help it. But anyway, I'm sure by now, some of y'all anyway have come across the article about the college cheating scandal, the new one. Okay? Well, actually, it's not new. It was going on the same time as the other one, where the Hollywood actresses and all of these rich ass people was paying all this money to get their little water-headed children into these big colleges and universities. Well, some more has come out. The Chinese, the smart Asians who's supposed to be, more enlightened and more intelligent than everybody else. Yeah. Well, they was paying more money than anybody else to get their kids in. And they had people taking the entrance exam for their kids. They got a whole goddamn network of test takers who do the exam for the kids, and they use the child face and a different name. They got it all fucking figured out. I got this article, this piece from the Wall Street Journal. I was looking for some other shit last night, and I happened across this. So, I check it out, and it just so happens that Professor Black Truth, I'm sorry, not Professor Black Truth, Jason Black, on the Black Authority, did a commentary on it, maybe 2 or 3 nights ago. The title of it is called The Model Minority. That's us. A lot of people think it's the Chinese, but it ain't the Chinese. It's us. When I say us, I mean A.D.O.S. We are the fucking model minority. We the model minority because every goddamn thing we do, we have to fight and scratch and beg and kiss ass and jump up and down and get mad in order to get acknowledgement for it. Everything we do. They want to say that we all up in the affirmative action and we getting set aside. None of that shit is true. And like Jason Black said, even the goddamn coons have to fight for legitimacy every time they turn around. All of them. But the Chinese and the whites and the Hispanics and the black immigrants, they all got all of these little shortcuts and shit set up among themselves that they use to get ahead of us. And then they tell us, ADOS, that we're not trying hard enough. That we're not taking advantage of the opportunities that are out there. That we're not doing this and we're not doing that. You see why ADOS is necessary? You see why we have to set ourselves apart from all these other groups? This is part of the reason why we have to do this. Now, don't get it twisted. You got to do what you got. You got to use what you got to get what you want. I understand that. But don't be trying to call me, an underachiever. And don't be trying to scrutinize me because I'm not where you at and you cheated to get there. You cheated like a motherfucker to get there. That's what white people do, that's what Asians do, and that's what these Caribbean and African immigrants do. I'm just saying. Now, some do it, some do more of it than others, right? Especially white people. They do it way more than other people. Although the Chinese is right up there with them, but I'm just saying. We got to scrape and scratch and bow for every little opportunity we get. And then once we get in there, we're constantly having to prove that we belong where we are. In society, at our job, wherever we're at. We always got to prove that we belong there. ADOS people do. You know what I mean? We constantly under the microscope. We couldn't fucking cheat if we wanted to because everybody watching us. Everybody, all the authorities are watching us, and everybody else is lying and cheating and stealing. But everybody got their eyes on the black people, on the African Americans, the so-called African Americans. Everybody got their eye on us. You see why we got to separate ourselves? You see why a little divisiveness is necessary right here, right now? You know? And you know, I understand Pan-Africanism. And I understand the unity of the greater diaspora. I understand that, but this ain't got nothing to do with that. Just check this out. I'm married to a Trinidadian woman. My Trinidadian wife understands this though. This, and we talk about it all the time. There is a whole network in New York City of Caribbeans who look out for one another, who take care of each other, who help each other circumvent the rules. I ain't mad at them for that. But don't be talking shit when African Americans begin to do what we have to do to look out for our own. Right? I'm talking to my wife about that, and she's telling me story after story about how friends of hers, get around certain rules and regulations and get in positions where they need to get in order to get the things that they need to stay in this country. Now, just for the record, my wife and I did it the long way. We paid the fees and the expenses and all of it connected with immigrating to this country and getting married and everything, because we was really in love like that. But I'm sure everybody out there knows that, especially before 9/11, that marrying somebody for citizenship was a cottage fucking industry. It really was. And hey, like I said, when you doing that shit to get into this cheating ass, lying ass country, I ain't mad at you. Do what you got to do. But don't come at my head or come at the head of people like me and say that, we don't take advantage and we're slow and we lazy and we this and we that. When everybody is cheating. Everybody is cheating. Except for the African Americans. We are the model minority. We the motherfuckers who can't cheat. Because everybody got their boot on our head. Everybody got a magnifying glass on us, watching everything we do, everything we say. Everything we do and everything we say. Checking our credentials. Want to know where we got our degree from. Want to know where we went to school. Want to know where we qualified. Want to know how we qualified. Want to know who helped us get here. Who helped us get there. Why are we driving such a nice car? How do we afford the house we live in? All of this kind of shit. We fight this battle every day. Every goddamn day. Right? Remember back in the day when Mark Furman, that fucking racist cop that was involved in the O.J. Simpson trial, some of y'all remember that. That motherfucker said every time he see a black person in a nice car, he pull him over. Every time. Just to check and see if the nigga is a drug dealer. You see, that's the kind of scrutiny we're under. We can't cheat even if we want to. But everybody else is a fucking free-for-all. And that shit gotta stop. That shit's gotta stop. But it's not gonna stop. It's not gonna fucking stop. Trust and believe. But with this ADOS thing, y'all got to stay out of our business on this one. Y'all either get behind us or stay out of our business on this one. Because everybody got their little scheme and everybody got their little plot to take advantage of this big American cake. Except for African Americans. Everybody want to get rich and make money off our back. And if you think I'm lying, all you got to do is go in the hood and walk down the street and see the Arab corner store, the Asian beauty and nail shop, the Korean grocery store, the whatever, the Hispanic dudes fixing the roofs and doing the landscaping. You see? And some of us, not all of us, but some of us have been so brainwashed until they think that those people can actually do a better job than us. Than we can. That's how brainwashed some of us are. Don't get it twisted, baby. Don't get it twisted. The cheating goes way beyond anything you could ever imagine. And like I said earlier, the Chinese is ass deep into it. They got a philosophy of doing whatever it takes to get what they want. Cheating is a fucking way of life in China. And not just China, though. Because if it's China, that's just like, I hate to use the term microcosm when you're talking about China, but that's just par for the fucking course in that whole goddamn Asian diaspora. People doing what the hell they gotta do. People doing what the hell they gotta do. And they'll get mad if you tell them they can't cheat. Go back and check out that goddamn podcast from Jason Black called A Model Minority. I think that's the title. Check that shit out. Because you know me, I like to keep shit short and I like to keep shit, simple. I'm kind of a everyday brother. I give you the short version of things. But Jason Black, he'll break it down, step by step for you. Get yourself a cup of coffee and check the brother out, the Black Thought. Y'all know. Them motherfuckers get mad in the motherfucker when you tell them they can't cheat. So how much cheating do you think they're doing over in Africa? How much lying and scheming and skullduggery is going on in Africa, on the African continent, with them Chinese? But again, African Americans, ADOS, we couldn't cheat if we wanted to. I mean, we got a few motherfuckers out there trying to run hustles, but to the level that other people are getting away with it, we couldn't even come close if we wanted to. Too many eyes on us. We're being scrutinized way too close. We, ADOS, are the model minority. We the ones everybody should be looking to. We are really the moral compass of this fucking country. Anyway, that's it for now, y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next one. TC, and I'm out.